Hello, I'm Joanne, and here's the PC60 meter from Apera Instruments. I just want to show you this. It's got this wonderful little hard plastic case, and you open it up, and there it is. You got your meter, and then you have 2 pH buffer solutions and 2 conductivity calibration solutions. It also comes with a 3M KCl soaking solution, a lanyard, and then 4 bottles. So what you want to do, the first thing you want to do with this is you need to set this thing in some soaking solution. I already did that. I took it out and I put it in here, and just make sure don't go by this fill line, because when you put that soaking solution, you don't want it to touch this meter right here. You want it to touch the bulb meter. So this fill line is for, you can use this for samples. That's what that's for. So just be careful about that. And it says you should do it for a minimum of 12 hours, and I did, and I put this back in the case, and to prevent it from touching this other meter, I just stored it upright overnight. Alright, so after you've done that, that activates this sensor here, and if you don't use this for a long time, you should probably do it again. Soak it in the solution to activate the sensor, and then, you know, they give you instructions on how to easily make more of the solution. Alright, so if I want to set some parameters, I press and hold down the measure button until it comes on. And now this starts me off, and I got 8 different ones, P1, P2, P3. P1 allows me to select the pH buffer, whether it's USA or NIST. And I press mode again. That takes me to P2, and this sets the automatic lock. That means when you have it in a solution and you're testing and it determines a value, if that value remains for 10 seconds, then it will lock it in place. So you don't have to watch it. It's just going to lock it, and you know, you can pick it up 5 minutes later, I would assume, if it's still on. Alright, so mode P3 is backlight. I turn backlight to on for this demonstration. That means the backlight's always going to be on. You can turn it to off so it's always off, and you can do it to auto and it will turn on and it will shut off after a certain amount of time. So P4 is to select the temperature coefficient. I'm sorry, hopefully you know what that is. I don't know that yet. And then P5 is to select the TDS factor, and hopefully you know what that is. I don't. I think that has more to do with aquaponics and stuff, because I guess you have to know the salts, more beyond my my knowledge base. So now I'm going to go to P6, which is select the salinity unit, whether you want PPT or mg/L. And then P7 allows you to select the temperature unit, whether you want centigrade or Fahrenheit. I am in centigrade now, so I'm going to change that to Fahrenheit. I'm going to hit the calc button and then press mode to go to Fahrenheit, and then press calc to lock that in place. And then the next one we go to is P8, and that is to set it back to factory defaults. And it's no or yes. So if this, you know, like if your computer messes up or something, it's not working right, you reboot it. This is basically rebooting this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off. Right, so then you want to calibrate this instrument. So you have 2 calibration bottles. You have a pH of 4 and a pH of 7. So you can do a single point calibration, which is just with the 7, but if you do 2-point calibration, it'll be a little more accurate. And if you know that mostly what you're going to be testing is on the acid side, then you would use the 4 pH. But if most of what you're testing is on the alkaline side, you can do a 2-point calibration with a 10 pH. This kit only comes with 4 and 7. You have to get the 10 extra if you need that. And for even more accurate results, you can do a 3-point calibration. So you would do the 7, and then the 4, and then the 10. So let me go through the modes now. Alright, so here's my pH mode. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little box here, and it says, it's a dark box with light letters pH. And down below you can see an M and an L. I calibrated it. The M was for the 7 pH solution, and then L was for the 4. And to calibrate these, what you do is you pour these solutions in the little bottle, about half of it, and you can use this around 10 times, this bottle here. And we're going to go into calibration mode. So what I want to do is press this button and hold it down, and then it turns green telling me I am in calibration mode. And then what you do is put it in the bottle, swish it around, and then you wait until this reading kind of stabilizes and a little smiley face will appear under here. What? You kind of saw it there. There you go. Once you have that smiley face for a few seconds, then you press the calc button again to set that calibration. It knows when you're putting it in the 7 pH solution. After you're done doing that, then you press the calc button again and do the same thing with the 4 pH solution. So you can see that this thing has been calibrated. And then you want to calibrate it for conductivity, which is 2 other solutions. It's this solution and this solution. So I'm going to go mode until I'm at conductivity, and then I would press down cal to take me into calibration mode. And the first one I would use would be this 1413, and then the second one would be the 12.8. You can also do 3-point calibration with the conductivity, and here you can only do 2-point because of what they give you. And then of course those have their own bottles, and these are nice too because when you put the cap on, these don't leak, and you can leave it in there. And they say you can use this calibration for the conductivity about 5 times, and then you have to get some more. So I'm going to go out of calc mode by hitting measure, and let me get some stuff together here. And by the way, every time you're doing this, when you're going from solution to solution or what you're testing, you want to clean it in distilled water, rinse it in distilled water, and then dry this bulb so you don't take any of that water into whatever solution that you're using. Here I have 3 different samples. This is distilled water, and then this is tap water, and I just went to a spring in Girard and I got this, and then this is Diet Coke, just for fun. So first thing you want to do is make sure you clean this, but I'm also going to check out and see what this distilled water pH is. I have it set on pH, and now I just want to wait. Make sure you don't have any glare there. There we go. Is that right? And I'm going to wait for a little smiley face to come up, and it's going to tell me the pH of this distilled water. There, you just saw it flash on. It's still reading. Alright, it's around 7.2. No, it's still going down. I got the smiley face, but it's still going down. What's that about? Alright, you know, it's around 7. It's pretty neutral. So I'm going to take this out and dry it. I don't want to contaminate my next sample, though I'm sure that's, you know, negligible. Alright, so now let's try my tap water. So about 8.05, slightly alkaline. Alright, now let's change the mode. I'm going to press the mode and go to conductivity. Well, around 289, 290. Alright, let me do the mode again. Now we're in TDS, total dissolved solids. About 203 or so. And you can see down here the temperature. This water is 84 degrees. It is really warm here and humid. Alright, let me go one more mode, and this is going to tell me the salts. Yep. Well, it keeps flashing on and off, but this thing isn't going anywhere, so I'm going with 0.14. Alright, I'm going to try this in here. I'm not going to dry it off because there's enough in here. Let me go back to pH. This is the spring water. There's my little smiley face, 7.28. Very slightly alkaline. Change my mode. Whoa! That's some pretty high conductivity there, 530. Holy cow. Look at total dissolved solids. I don't know if I want to drink that water. This is kind of getting up there. It's the middle of summer right now. Yeah, 383, that's kind of high. But I don't have a TDS factor set, so I don't know. And there's the salts. I don't know, my tap water's looking pretty good at this point. Let's try Diet Coke. Let's see what that's going to tell us. This will be interesting. Alright, pH of Diet Coke. .2. And it's 76 degrees. How about conductivity? It's pretty high conductivity there. Wow. And looks like the well water. Now I don't know the salts. I haven't gotten into hydroponics yet. I've only done one little bucket hydroponic, and so I have a lot to learn about that. But that basically tells you how to use this thing. And a couple other things. The batteries are in here. You just pull this cap off, and it takes this guy goes like that, and it takes 4 AA batteries. Put that down, and then if you want to replace the probe, you unscrew this, and then this probe just snaps out like that, and that's what it looks like inside. Sure I line it up right. Okay, and this also comes with instructions. You know, I had some trouble understanding these because I'm new to calibration. I mean, I'm new to these meters. And I called the company and I talked to them, and they were really helpful in helping me to understand what all this was about. So here's the main manual. And then once you grasp this little cheat sheet, it's a laminated cheat sheet, and this is awesome because it tells you all the different buttons to press, and it's great, and for different models. And here's all the parameter settings, and this is a great instrument. I'm glad I have it because I wanted to be testing pH of different liquids. So I hope my review was helpful. Thanks for watching.